So our next speaker that's going to be speaking to us, she is known as the Confident Geek. The Confident Geek. How many of you like this title? I love it. She's the Confident Geek. And not only is she an iPhone app creator and a software professional, but she's also a web TV host and a producer. And so what today I've asked her to speak about is how do we get the ideas out of our head? Once we have an irresistible offer, how do we take those ideas and now manifest them into a physical form, into a product? And so she's going to show and share with us a shortcut to be able to get that out quicker. How many of you would like to be able to get your product done quickly so you can start making money? Absolutely. So with that said, let's give her a warm, professional, get on your feet welcome to Miss Janet Moore.
Thank you, Dustin.
Have fun.
Thank you. That was a wonderful introduction. Wow. Wow, can you believe it's already day number 4? Can you believe it? I can't believe it. Well, how many of you would like to learn how your program can position you as an expert in your field? How many of you like to learn how to do that? Great. How many of you would like to have a loyal and raving tribe that follows you, passionately follows you, and will pretty much buy anything that you put in front of them? How many of you would like to have that? Yeah? Well, do you know that having a program that creates real results for your clients, well, that will position you as an expert? And I'm talking about real results, not just lots of content, just real results. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a fun and easy way that you can create your program outline to produce real results for your client by using my tool called the Program Creation Board. Would y'all like to learn how to do that? Yeah. Have raving fans? Yeah? Okay, great. Well, before I do that, I want to talk about something that's really important about creating results. And that is that when you create your program outline, you don't want to have too much content, okay? So for example, like with my program, it's called the Get It Done Program Creation System. Now what I do is I focus really on one thing. That is getting all your great ideas for a program out of your head into a program outline and then onto an online membership site so you can start selling your program. So that's really all I'm focusing on right now. Now there's others that do something very similar that help with content, and they also help with getting marketing, like marketing to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, helping you do your videos, helping you learn how to outsource, all these different things. That's a lot of stuff, and when all that stuff can lead to overwhelm, right? Your clients are like, wow, that's a lot. It can lead to overwhelm, right? And then they stop and they don't maybe do anything. So here's what I want you to write down. I want you to write down that overwhelm is the enemy of action. Overwhelm is the enemy of action. So they may get through your program. You may have like 10 modules, and they may get to number 7. They get overwhelmed and they completely stop. Well, guess what happens when they stop? They probably aren't likely to buy your next program, right? So the thing about it is that success sells. So if you want to be successful, you want to be able to have results, right? I'm trying to remember what was next. Oh yeah. So you want them to basically get one piece of the pie. You want them to have results. So if you have results, then they're likely to buy your next program or your higher level offers, right? So let's see. It's kind of like when you can produce results, then they're going to buy more of your programs. So we want to keep it simple. So just like with math, right? Math, they teach kids. They teach them how to do addition, subtraction first. That's step by step, right? Then they teach them multiplication and division and so on and so on. If they told them everything all at once, what would happen? They would get overwhelmed. They say, "Oh, I can't do math. I must be stupid. I can't do this," right? So they make it simple, and that's what we want to do with your program. You want to keep it simple, and you want to keep it focused on producing 1 to 3 results. In fact, it has been shown that when people actually are asked to implement 1 to 3 things, the percent of accomplishment actually is 100%. Okay? Let me say that again. When people are asked to implement 1 to 3 things, the percent of accomplishment is 100%. Now, this is really wild. When you go up to 4 to 10, guess what the percentage of accomplishment is? It's 20%. Isn't that wild? As Spock would say, fascinating, right? So it's really exciting because you can actually have a really successful program if you just ask your clients to implement 1 to 3 things. So if you can deliver on your promised results, you're going to have happy and loyal clients. Raving fans, right? That's what we all want, right? Right? So it really is a myth that your program has to be the most extraordinary thing that ever was seen by man. What your clients really want are results. So focus on those. So now to get you in touch with the kind of results you want your clients to have, right? We're going to do an exercise, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a series of questions. And as I'm asking a series of questions, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and imagine that your clients have just completed your program, okay? And you're going to look at the kind of results they're having. So go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and close your eyes, everyone. And imagine that your clients have just completed your program. They've just completed your program. They're out there in the world, and they're having results happen, okay? So here's the first question. What are people saying about them? What are people saying about them? Like maybe someone says, hey, did you see Sarah? Oh my gosh, I didn't even recognize her. She looks amazing, right? Or, hey, did you hear that Joe, he sold 100 programs in one day. What are people saying about them? The next question, number 2, is what are they saying about themselves? What are they saying about themselves? Maybe they're telling a friend, I had 3 men fighting over me last night. Just so awesome. Or, they're telling their family and friends, I've been wanting to get a new job, and I actually have 5 job interviews already set up for next week, right? The next one is, what are they actually doing? What do you see them? Imagine them, what they're doing, the results they're having. What are they doing? Maybe they're going on fun dates with men, right? Get people fighting over you get going on fun dates. Not only go on dates, but having fun dates, right? And then maybe they're making crafts for family and friends. They just took a program on how to make holiday crafts, right? And then the last question is, how are they feeling? How are they being? How do you see them feeling and being? Maybe they're happy. You see them laughing, right? Maybe you see them being confident. Their head up high and they're in the Wonder Woman pose, right? You see them in the Wonder Woman pose. Or they're being adventurous. Jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, So go ahead and open your eyes. And what I want you to do now is those things you just saw your clients, all those results you saw your clients doing, all those questions I asked you, I want you to write them down on a piece of paper, okay? Go ahead and do that now, please. Now, I would like to ask a couple people to share some of the results that they saw. Would somebody like to share, a couple people? Come on, I know y'all have something. Who? Okay, you out there.
I'm going to be going out with guys.
Awesome. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That was great. Anyone else? You want Colin?
For question number 1, fantastic. For 2, what did they think about themselves? Proud and confident, thanks to your training. And number 3, what are they actually doing? They're living their life the way they always wanted to. And 4, how are they feeling? Zafakantikamante. Whatever that means.
Yeah, really. Great. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks both of y'all for sharing. So now that you've gotten in touch with the results that your clients can have, now I'm going to show you how to use the program creation tool. Okay, let me kind of move it over here in the middle. I think it'd be better if it's in the middle. Okay. So what I'm going to do is show you how to use the program creation tool to capture and organize your program outline, okay? Now, in Agile software development, we use stickies to capture our requirements, our user stories, when we're developing to manage and develop our software applications. So I thought this would be a really great tool to use to be able to brainstorm, and organize our program outline, okay? So I know y'all don't have a flip chart on your table there, so just go ahead and write them down on your piece of paper. Now at home, you can, if you don't have a flip chart or a whiteboard, which you can do on either one, just use your table, your kitchen table or your floor. Maybe some of you have walls that stickies can stick on, but you can do this on your kitchen table even, okay? So what we're gonna do now is, how all weekend people saying keeping the end in mind. Well, the end in mind is the results that you want your clients to have. So with that in mind, what we're first gonna do is look at the what. So I'm gonna write that down, the what. What are your clients going to do in order to get those results, okay? So what are they gonna do to get those results? So go ahead and write, so for me it'd be like sticky, so I'm gonna put write what up here, hold on. Okay, so as y'all are writing down what they would need to do in order to get those results. So I'm gonna have some examples here. And you don't need to worry about the order, just brainstorm, you're brainstorming here. What are you gonna do in order to get those results? So you might have, like for mine, this is like a reinvention. This is like a reinvention program that I'm creating up here, let's say. Mind and body, I kind of grouped them, mind and body, so that's kind of high level grouping to kind of get my mind, thinking about what it would be. So I have intention here, I have being a powerful presence. When you reinvent your life, you want to think about what your intention is, being a powerful presence in the world. Branding, you got to think about your new brand, who you're going to be. Maybe visual impact with fitness and health. And attitude, gratitude. When you're, So go ahead and start writing down yours, okay? You're supposed to actually be doing this now. Go ahead and write down what your program would be about, right? Visual impact with clothes. Maybe clearing the past before you can begin to create the new you need to clear up your past potentially, right? Communications upgrade. Maybe you need to kind of figure out a new way to speak with people if you're going to reinvent the new you, right? And commitment. You have a commitment. Declaring a commitment. Now, once you have written down what you're going to do in order to get those results, now you're going to order them. Order them in the logical progression that you would want them to learn, right? Kind of like with math. Again, you do addition, then you do subtraction, like that, right? So what's the logical order, the ordering that you have? So for me, of course, it makes it easier. What's great about this here is now I can just move them around in the order that I need to. And on yours, on your paper, it makes it a little harder. So I'm moving them around the order. I pre-ordered them so I would know what they were. Okay. So, because you want to set your intention first, right? So I got that first, my commitment, clearing the past, attitude, gratitude, branding the new you. Once you brand the new you, now you can go figure out the clothes you're going to have, how you're going to look, all that stuff, creating a powerful presence, and then upgrading your communication, let's say. Okay, so now that you have this ordered, now you're kind of start looking at your weekly modules. How are you going to deliver that content weekly? Now, you could do it weekly, you could do it daily, you could do it monthly, but usually your programs, you deliver the content once a month. And remember, you want to keep it where people are going to get the results, 1 to 3 things to implement. But these are things what you're going to teach them. So like for this one, commitment and intention, I think I can put those in 1 week. All the rest, I think these are probably good things to implement during that week, during one module per week or whatever. Now that you have the what, now we're going to look at how. Oops. How? How are you going to teach the what? How are you going to teach the what? So this would be like activities or exercises that you would teach your people, okay? How are you going to teach them the what? So it could be like they mentioned all weekend, like templates, checklists, videos, audios, different things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my example here in a minute. So how would you teach them the what? Okay? What you want to do is, for each week you're going to look, or each what you're going to look at, how am I going to teach them that? How would I teach them that? How would I teach them this? Okay. So as for my example, how am I going to teach them an intention and a commitment? Oh, that's not the right one. I'm going to have them have a sign up. I'm going to actually have them sign something saying, I commit to this. I'm going to have an intention worksheet. Oops, I'm out of room here. There. Saying what their intention is going to be. Clearing the past. Maybe having to do energy practices to release emotions. For attitude of gratitude, have them create a lucky me list, saying this is how lucky and blessed I am. Get in touch with how great their life already is. Branding, also for attitude of gratitude, maybe having them listen to either an audio or a video. Mind Movies is a great place where you can create your own movie for your clients. I've done that before. It's really cool. Yeah, mindmovies.com. It makes it really simple for you to create, affirmation type videos for your clients. Branding the new you. Having a branding worksheet. I had this thing called your Mojo Vibe. Oops, time's up. Your Mojo Vibe, where it created who you're going to be, like who are you going to be out in the world. Let's see. Tell 5 people checklist, something like that. Tips with clothes. How do you look 20 pounds thinner? A list on that, maybe. Maybe your best colors. I'm going to go a little quicker here. Before and after pictures. So a slideshow showing them before and how the power of how important clothes are. Simple everyday exercise you can do for fitness. How you need to cleanse your body maybe first. Healthy food list. Those are different things that how you're going to teach them about visual impact and healthy eating and fitness. Also being a powerful presence. That Amy Cuddy video everyone's kind of referred to, this power position thing and how what it does to your actually physically to you. That might be a good video to watch. How to give a good handshake. That's very important, having a powerful presence. Just talking about confidence. And the last one, let's see, is communications upgrade. Like being with exercise, learning how to be with people, just quietly. How to brand your conversations. I think they kind of talked about that, actually having stories. And listening, learning how to listen for communications upgrade. So those are just some ideas, just kind of get you going on how you would use this, right, to create your program outline. Now what's really cool again about using this is then you can see, okay, what do I have here? You can move things around like I said before, but then also you can say, wow, maybe this is too much. Remember, you want to create those results for people, 100% accomplishment. So you might say, well, I may have 2 programs here, 2 or 3 programs here, or maybe I don't have enough, I need to put some more on, right? So what's really great is now you have, maybe you haven't finished today, but when you can go do this at home, and once you've created your outline, you can start telling and selling it. So that's actually how I started. When I first started my first business, I had some single guy friends. I was telling them how to walk, how to talk, what to say to a woman, all this kind of stuff. They're saying, Jan, this is great stuff. You should do this for a living. I'm like, really? You would pay me? They're like, yeah. I'm like, cool. Well, so I went and got image consulting training, and I started making over men and giving them advice about women and stuff like that. And around about the same time, my girlfriends, we'd go out, and I would look at a guy and go, oh, yeah, you. Yeah, that's me, Steve. And I would say, hey, and then I would look at him, and I wouldn't say a word, but they'd come over and hang out with me, whatever. And then my girlfriend's like, how do you do that? I'm like, well, you just look and smile. It's really easy. And they're like, I don't know how to do that. Can you teach us? So I realized, so encouragement from my single, friends, I ended up creating a course. I knew my target market. I created my program description, and then I created my outline. And that's how I started. I started with an outline and a smile. Really, that's really how I did it. And you can do that too. You just create your outline, and you can start telling and selling it. So I have just shown you how to create your program outline, right? I also have 2 other tools I'm going to mention very briefly. One's called your program topic extractor that gets it out of your head and into a program description. The second one's the niche checker. It helps you come up with figuring out who your target market should be and checking to make sure that's really your best ideal client. Now, if you'd like to get those 3 tools, You can come see me afterwards, and I make sure I'll get your email and I'll send them to you. Okay. Also, if you need to get in contact with me, you can get in contact with me through my website, which is www.getitdoneforyousystems.com. Get It Done For You Systems is the number 4 and the letter U. Let's see. Oh, also, I wanted to give you a gift. The gift is when you have completed, when you go back and you completed your program outline, I would love to review it with you and just kind of go over it with you and give you feedback. Because I really feel like everyone has a program inside of them. Everyone has a gift to give to the world, and I would really want to really help people with that, okay? So please let me help you. Well, I hope you learned something new or saw something you maybe already knew from a different perspective. Whichever the case, please go and implement it next week. Go implement this. Go get it done, right? Get this done. Get it out there so you can start telling and selling. So in closing, I would like to share this quote from the movie, The Imitation Game. It's very dear to my heart because it's about Alan Turing, who was the father of computer science. And that makes it, really just extra special quote to me. So here's the quote. Sometimes it is the people no one imagines anything of who do the things no one can imagine. Let me say that again. Sometimes it's the people that no one imagines anything of that can do the unimaginable. Or I totally messed that up. Sometimes people that no one imagines anything of who do the things that no one can imagine. So you go do the unimaginable. You go change the world. You go make a difference for another human being. Your program can do that. So get it done. Thank you.
Let's give her some love. Good job.
Thank you.
All right.